Welcome back, Scorpio. Thank you for joining me for your March 2020 ASMR Tarot Forecast. This month, I will be using the Brotherhood of Light Tarot deck. It's got slightly different correspondences than the traditional Rider-Waite. And there are constellations on some of the cards, but I haven't fully gotten into that yet. I will be doing a 12 houses spread this month. All right, so the first house is the house of beginnings. We have the Five of Swords in the reverse. The Five of Swords is a card about victory, but it's also a card about losing friends over your desire to be right. It looks like this was something that happened in the past. The card is in the reverse. To clarify, I have this deck of playing cards. It's my GE Monogram series deck, which I have altered so that I can use it for cartomancy. Yeah, we do have completion and victory, prominence. And we also have this Jack of Pentacles. Now, in these correspondences, it's similar to the Brotherhood of Light correspondences. And so the Jack of Diamonds corresponds to Aquarius. So this could be an Aquarius that was studious and had high energy, and you alienated them, but you got your point across and you were victorious in that situation. The second house is the house of possessions, governed by Taurus, and it's the Two of Swords, which is a very interesting card to get there. It's about choices that you can make, a choice between two things. This card popped out. It is about your routines and having an open forum. Which says to me this is a choice about your daily routines and how they affect your material possessions. Do-over. So there's something that you would like to have the option to go back and change it in order to have a happy home, which I guess could be seen as a possession, especially if you're a Scorpio. The third house is all about communication. And again, we have another two, and this is the Two of Pentacles, which is about balance, and it's about financial partnerships. So this is about communicating balance and communicating financial partnerships. We have the transformation and death card. So it looks like you're completely changing the way that you phrase things regarding striking balance in your life. We have the Joker card here, which is a reminder to go into things without a lot of preconceived notions and to be open to new things. And we have the partnership card, so I'm getting a lot of partnership energy, and I think that this situation in the past was brought up at the beginning of the reading because it's weighing heavily on your mind at this time. As it relates to these new situations. The fourth house is the house of home and family. And we have the Queen of Hearts here. Now, this could be you. There are scorpions there on the bottom of the card, and eagles, which also represent the sign of Scorpio. And of course, up here, Queen of Hearts, Queen of Cups, and it's in the reverse. I think that you really want a happy home, but that right now you haven't gotten there just yet. Oh, we've got a lot of jumpers this reading. All right, so what do we have here? Temptation, lies, and tribulation. Very interesting. We've got the King of Pentacles, someone who's stubborn and influential. Could be a Gemini, could be a Earth sign. But I do get right-hand path and feminine energy. You could be involved in magic. And again, we have a Scorpio correspondence on this card as well. So I think that that's something, your feminine energy, if that's you, I'm getting a lot of feminine energy here. That doesn't mean that you have to be a woman. It could be like more like your feminine side coming out is going to be what helps you to have the happy home life that it looks like you really desire. I'm going to show you these cards really quickly, but I'm not going to lay them out. But I did have a bunch of jumpers come out. We've got illness in there, ambitious authority, action and hard work, and someone who's honest and enterprising. But I can't read those in. The 5th house is all about creativity and your romance, and it is the Queen of Swords, and it's in the upright position. This is someone who is calculating, someone who plans a lot. Could be someone who's manipulative, but it doesn't have to be. This card is in the upright, so I think it's more like the positive aspects of the Queen of Swords. Could be a Virgo, but it could be an air sign too. It could be you, or it could be somebody else. I feel like this is how you treat your creative endeavors as the Queen of Swords. And possibly romantic relationships as well. There might be some manipulation there. Again, go into situations without preconceived notions. Yeah. All right. Well, that's a pretty clear message. Calculating bully. And part-time. So it's possible that it could either be that most of the time you're a really wonderful, loving person and you're only a part-time bully, or it could be that you treat your creative endeavors and your romances as a part-time thing and you can be kind of manipulative in order to preserve that. There's kind of a lot of different scenarios that are wrapped up in that sort of energy. All right, so the 6th house is your daily life and your health. We have the King of Wands there, which is really good. You're in good health, and your daily life routines are pretty solid, and you are able to take part in creative endeavors that you want to. Because, I mean, obviously you're not a terrible person. I do see, a lot of desire to have good, happy energy in your life. Yes, sagacity. And I do think you can also be very passionate and maternal. This is the Scorpio card in this deck, for sure. Family man, affectionate. I think that could be you as well. I'm definitely not getting like a cold energy here. I think it's just there might be a little bit of manipulation going on, either on your part or on the part of some of your partners, because I'm not getting like a very specific. All right, so let me take a moment here, because I'm not getting like a very specific partnered energy from this reading. It looks to me like a lot of you Scorpios are either single or you're playing the field, and it's not directed at a particular person. You have like an idea of what you want out of a relationship and out of a happy home life and what that means to you. But you haven't really found anybody that fits that mold. Do you see like a lot of partnership energy, especially like here in the third house with this transformation and the partnership energy here being really strong and about balance and about going into things with an open mind. And here again, which one did we have? Yeah, going into things with an open mind romantically, because this house is about creativity. It's also about romance. So I think that it's more important for you right now to develop a very clear picture of the person that you're partnering with than it is to decide what it is that you want and try to make someone conform to that or find someone who's already conforming to that. Because I don't think that you're seeing your romantic partners really as anything but objects. All right. So the 7th house is all about marriage, partnerships, and equality, justice. We have the Jack of Pentacles, and he's reversed. All right, so this is like this person here. Absolutely. And they're in the reverse. This is somebody that you were close to, and whatever happened has really tainted your perceptions of other relationships and the possibilities therein. I'm not saying they were a bad person. I don't think they were a bad person. I just think that whatever happened between you, because obviously you were the one who was the victor in that situation. I feel like you got your way in that situation. It alienated that person, and you decided, well, if I can't have them, then I may as well have what I want. It's these mental gymnastics that people go through regarding relationships. Really, it should not be that complicated. You should not be overcomplicating it. And manipulation does that, by the way. Yeah, emotional stability. Illness. All right, so I think you did have emotional stability with this person, but this illness card speaks to some fundamental issues that I'm not saying this relationship was perfect, but the way that the issues were dealt with was problematic. And yeah, so I'm getting a lot of Pentacles energy. This could have been an Aquarius, but I'm also getting this Queen of Diamonds here, which could be an earth sign, someone stunning and intelligent. All right. The 8th house is all about death, sex, and other people's money, and it is the house that Scorpio governs. We have the 5 of Wands, and it's upright. The 5 of Wands is all about rivalries. It's all about friendly banter, people working together in a group to kind of train themselves into the best versions that they're capable of. Like, you know, chess league or something, that kind of mentality. The dojo. Oh my goodness, I'm getting so many jumpers in this reading, Scorpio. You've got some very strong feelings about this, I can tell. Travel luck. And I almost put it here because 9th house is travel. But maybe these rivalries, it's kind of, I mean, like sexual rivalry maybe, but also tied into kind of like a joint business venture maybe, because there's going to be travel involved. So if there's like a joint business venture where all of you are kind of working together, but there's a lot of rivalry there, negotiation, yeah, action and hard work. Yeah, this is definitely about some kind of business venture. And of course, because that's your house, it kind of like makes everything a little jumbled for me, because it could have to do with just the fact that this is your house, but it could also have to do with sex and business being tied together. And then of course, because you're a Scorpio, I assume that's going to be the case anyway. All right, 9th house is all about your travel and your higher education. And it's the 9 of Swords reversed, which says to me that you have been very worried about that for some time, and that now that worry is kind of like abating. Because here we have like the travel luck coming up in advance of this card being flipped over, which tells me that the course of the reading in a linear way, that's something from the past and not something from the future. But maybe this was a situation where travel for work was causing you stress, and now it is being taken care of. Cautious love. So yeah, I mean, you've been worried about it, so now you're kind of entering a period, the honeymoon grace period, where you're starting to think about it less and less. Do see suffering there, but I see an invitation. So yeah, this is a situation that has been bothering you for some time, but it's kind of like we're kind of in a transitional period in March. The 10th house is your career. We have the Jack of Cups, of Hearts, which is about an offering plain and simple. This person is offering something, so that could be a new job. Could be romance, but it's the 10th house, so my thought is that it's going to be a job. What kind of job? Financial freedom. Awesome. Fortune and good news. Fantastic. And compassion. This isn't going to be the same deal as the previous situation where your needs were not being met. So that will be good. 11th house, ruled by Aquarius, is all about psychic ability, spiritual growth, and it's the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is feeling like you have to defend yourself from all sides. So it's possible that you feel like you are under siege. Forgive me, I had delicious oatmeal for breakfast this morning. It's making my stomach talk to me. Yeah, executive, reliable person. This could be an Aries. It's the King of Clubs, King of Wands energy. So this could be you in this situation, that you really have control over it and you're more than capable of defending yourself. I do have partners here, so this King of Wands could also be somebody who's a fire sign in your life. And wishes granted. So you finally made it to the top of the mountain, and you feel like you're going to have to defend your position, but I think that actually you're coming into a time and a place where that's going to be less and less the case. And then the final card is going to be kind of end of the month. We have the 8 of Swords. It's about feeling trapped. So by the end of the month, maybe you'll still be kind of like wrapping up a lot of these issues. We've got victory, great, imbalance, and examination. Well, that would be why you're feeling trapped. This is the 8 of Spades, which is kind of analogous to the 8 of Swords. The meanings are not quite exactly the same between these two decks, which I like, because obviously if you're wanting to get more information, you don't want to just be told the same thing. Financial partnership, boom, there it is. So whatever this situation was with this person in the past, it's not going to be the same this time around. And I think it's important for you to see that, whether you were the one being manipulated or the one exerting a little bit of manipulation over situations as a way of maintaining control. I think that you're coming now into a place where you won't be trapped anymore. And you have a lot of good things coming in. But just keep in mind about this imbalance. That is what is keeping you feeling trapped, is that feeling of imbalance. But that isn't going to be persisting forever. So just keep that in mind while you go through March, and just remain open and loving and kind to the people around you, because things will work out. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for joining me today. Really appreciate your time And if you did like this reading, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you again soon.